Here comes Steven Schott.
Come on, Schott.
He hit from 51 earlier today. This will be 42 yards from the far left half. This is not an easy kick. He's got to turn it.
Pressure. You can't see it, you can't hear it. But when the game is on the line, you can feel it. Pressure is something Ball State kicker Steven Schott knows all about.
You know, growing up, it's like life or death.
Massillon, Ohio, where pro football was born, where the citizens bleed the orange and black of the Tigers. It's a place that from the minute a baby boy is born, the pressure is on to play and succeed in football. This is where Steven Schott first found his love for the game.
You know, the town just goes crazy. There's signs up in all the buildings. You know, the players have their pictures up on local businesses. I mean, if you win, the town's gonna love you. If you lose, you know, they're gonna hate you. Just growing up, I've always just, you know, I've loved that. I've loved the pressure that's always been on me as as a player.
One of the games when he was probably 11, when we went to him, because we would go to Massillon games because we couldn't go to a Fairless game because we had to go to a real football game. So when we went to the Massillon game, he saw David Abdul kick a 50-some-yarder.
57, I think. It was a school record at the time.
And he came home and he started kicking the football.
I used to walk over across the street from my house. There's a basketball court, and I used to try to kick the football into the basketball hoop.
And then he started, I want a field goal in the front yard. I want a field goal in the front yard. And if you know Steven, he is relentless. Relentless. 3 months after that, the field goal post was up. Steven was always football, 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 Massillon, Massillon, Massillon. So when it came time for him to go to school, he chose Massillon.
There had only been one other four-year starter at Massillon before Steven, after, 100 years or so. And the coach actually told us, before the season that Steven was going to be the starting kicker.
First impression, I got chills. Running out of that tunnel at Massillon as a 15-year-old little skinny runt.
I have to tell you, the first time I saw him, the first game when he was a freshman, he was all in black pants, black top, and he turned to the side and he literally disappeared. He weighed 120, and I was scared to death.
The feeling I had is amazing. Just so many fans yelling, and I don't think I'll always remember that, my first time running out on that field at Paul Brown.
The pressure is always greatest on the final week of the regular season, with a rivalry that dates back to 1894, a time simply known as McKinley Week.
Massillon-McKinley, it's week 10 every year. The rush you get against them is like no other rush, no other game. It's one of the most intense rivalries in the nation, I would have to say.
His junior year, Steven made a 47-yard kick in the third quarter to put Massillon ahead 10-7. There was no more scoring the rest of the game, and the Tigers won.
They were highly ranked.
They were.
And Massillon was,
And they were undefeated.
Yeah, I think they were undefeated.
They were undefeated at the time.
Yeah. We didn't have a very good year, but it all comes, when you don't have a good year, it still comes down to that game 10, and you can make your whole year right there.
Steven would beat McKinley 3 times in 5 meetings and ended up as the all-time leading kicker in Massillon's 118-year history.
It's hard to stay humble. Everyone's in your ear saying how good you are and how great you are. Like I said, growing up, there's always that pressure on you. There's pressure to be good, there's pressure to win. So I think at an early age, I learned that, if I want to be good at this, I'm going to have to handle that and, do my job the right way, especially when I've gotten here, because, it's Division I football now, and, you're not a little kid anymore.
Normally it would be a huge gap, but playing for Massillon, there's a lot of pressure.
I mean, his stadium is full every Friday night.
Every Friday night there was between 10 and 16,000 people
there. And then each McKinley game,
it was over 20,000.
Fawcett Stadium would be sold out.
Mm-hmm.
I just focus on what my target is and where I want the ball to go, and I just go from there.
He totally amazed me with his mental capacity to handle that pressure.
I take pride in what I do in kicking field goals, and it's just great that I had the opportunity to kick field goals in those games and help my team win. Massillon's always a special place, and it'll always be a special place to me. I love being from that town. I love growing up there. The history that's there, it just gives you that sense of pride, and you want to do well for those guys who went before you and the guys who are going to play after you. You want to leave that legacy.
Well, we're definitely proud. I mean, go ahead.
Every day, he's made us proud. Every day, in every way.
Yeah, it's
It's making me cry.
yeah, it's been quite a ride, and
It was quite a ride, and it still is.
yeah, it still is.
Devon to the hold. The snap is there. It's down. The kick is up. It's on the way. It's got the leg, and it is good!
Pressure. It can break down a player or make them the hero. But pressure to Steven Schott is nothing new. It's just business as usual.
Steven Schott is a hero! Wow! Oh, my!
For Ball State Sports Link, I'm Chris Frankel.